All right, we will continue this transmission by suggesting that all of you become very comfortable. Relax. Relax your bodies. Relax your hearts. Relax your minds. Relax your spirits. Just let everything melt away. And as your music comes up and your lights go down, focus on the center of the holotope and let yourself drift into a new dream. But this dream will be a dream of synchronicity, of transformation. Cybo. Imagine now, if you will, in looking at this holotope pattern, as you allow yourself to become more and more relaxed, breathing deeply, gently, easily, and effortlessly. In and out, in and out, in and out. And as you gaze upon the center of this radiating pattern, light and sound, allow yourself to begin to slowly in your imagination, allow the pattern to begin to spin. A random spinning, pattern moving, slowly at first around in a circle, around the central point. Just let it spin slowly. Imagine it spinning, creating a random wheel of probabilities, random in its connection to physical reality. No one knows where or when or how it will stop. It is simply spinning in front of you, gently, slowly. Now and then, in your imagination, when you feel so inclined, allow yourself to just freeze it for a moment as if you took a snapshot and let it continue to spin. And notice that every time you freeze it for an instant, just an instant, in that snapshot, a particular pattern stands out. It may be a different pattern each time you do it, that's all right. Or it may be the same, that's fine. But just let it spin. Take a snapshot, notice the pattern, let it spin. Freeze it, take a snapshot, let it spin. Keep doing this whenever you feel that you wish to do it. However your imagination decides to do it is fine. If you want to pretend you actually have a camera, that's fine. If it's just something that you superimpose within your imagination, that's fine. Whatever works for you. And as you breathe easily and relax and focus on the spinning holotope, the spinning pattern of probabilities and synchronicities, randomness converted into patterns, patterns converting back to randomness, back and forth, spinning, clicking, spinning, clicking, spinning, clicking. Let the wheel begin ever so slowly to speed up, turning faster and faster at whatever rate you're comfortable, at whatever rate seems appropriate for you. And as you click and spin and click and spin and click, start noticing the different patterns. Notice if they overlap. Notice if they are the same. Notice if they are different, but notice if they are related. And as it keeps spinning and freezing and spinning and freezing and spinning and freezing, faster and faster and faster and faster, allow yourself to imagine that the same pattern comes up again and again and again and again. If sometimes it differs, that's fine. Pick the pattern you prefer. And when you pick a pattern you prefer, use your imagination to see that when you freeze and snap the shot, Pattern is the same again and again. No matter how fast the wheel is spinning, same pattern every time you stop, again and again and again. And as you begin to repeat this pattern, you still notice the underlying randomness of all the shapes spinning past. But every time you snap that shot, you become more and more and more aligned and more harmonized with that particular pattern. It may change subtly here and then, that's all right, let it, but you still recognize it as the pattern that matches your frequency. Again and again and again. And as the wheel is now spinning so fast, faster and faster, that all the different shapes are almost imperceptible, and yet every time you freeze it, there's that pattern again and again and again and again. And you are building the synchronicity, building the harmony, the synchronization with this randomness so that you can always pick out the pattern that is for you, that you need at that moment, the energy, the frequency, the crystallization of that randomness in physical reality, revealing to you over and over and over again the patterns that are contained within the randomness. The patterns that represent the frequencies of your synchronicities, the things that are most meaningful and true for you, that can always be plucked out of the random background that spins. And you can align with this more and more and more in such a way, each and every time you do this, that you will begin to see this recognizable pattern showing up in so many different ways now as it leaks out into your life. And as you walk through life day by day, seeing around you what may appear to be random movement, random people, random events, and yet, click, there it is again, click, there it is again, click, there it is again. And it will begin to reveal itself to you over and over, whether through numbers, through events, through people, through words, through songs, through birds. Whatever it takes to reveal that pattern to you, to let you know you are aligned with your synchronicity and that it is expanding and growing and accelerating. Whatever it takes, let it come in all the forms and all the guises that it can. For it's the same pattern presenting itself in different ways, with different faces at different times, but always the perfect time. Always in perfect harmony with your frequency, your vibration, your synchronicity. Over and over and over again. No matter how chaotic the world may seem, no matter how random, there are always these underlying synchronous patterns that are there for you, and each of you has your own, and it is unique, and they all overlap, and they all exist. And by your frequency, can you pull out of the random background these patterns for yourself, and know that you are on your track, your path, the path you are, that you're aligned with it now, consciously aligned with it, never off it, just consciously aligned with it, able to recognize it, make it more apparent every moment. Synchronicity will abound, will grow. And as you play the game of Cybo, the transformational game of synchronicity that has served us so well, and that can serve you too, as a permission slip, as a doorway, as a portal, as an opening to the synchronicity within your mind, within your heart, within your soul, so that you may experience all that is in more synchronous, connected ways, and truly begin to see more clearly that all is one and all is connected, and all is here and all is now. Let it come to you in whatever ways represent the paths of least resistance, and go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with your flow, for you are the current. You are the stream and the current within it. And you are that which is carried down the stream. Allow yourself to go where the current will flow. No resistance. Relaxed, supported, unconditionally warmed by the sun or cooled by the moon, under the stars or under the blue sky of your world. As the clouds pass by and the patterns emerge, know that they are all reflections and projections of your consciousness, there to aid and assist you as signposts along the path that you are, to let you know with absolute certainty that being yourself as fully as you can is the truest, easiest, most effortless, most joyful way to experience your lives as they unfold in perfect harmony and perfect timing. Amid what may appear to be the spinning random chaos of life, you will always find the patterns that represent your path, who and what you truly are. Let them come. Let them come. Let them come. At every moment where you find it necessary, acknowledge what you have instead of what you don't. Appreciate who you are, where you are, when you are, what you have in that moment. And above all, allow. Allow what needs to happen next to happen. And expand your synchronicity, your harmony. And allow yourself to see with more transparency the vibrational frequency of your core as it attracts and manifests exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, exactly how you need it, exactly when you need it, exactly with whom you need it. On all levels, be clear about your definitions of your excitement. Do not infuse it with things that do not belong in that definition, for those are other realities altogether. Each is a pure, vibrational color in a vast spectrum, and each is its own experience unto itself. Act on your excitement for its own sake, for that is the truest form, truest expression of your core frequency. All else that is required shall fall into place. As the wheel spins, as you take your snapshots, the patterns will appear. The path will be clear. Live within the vibrational stream of your synchronicity. Cybo 13, transformation, synchronicity. The revelation of your true core frequency as expressed in your reality. Have fun. Allow it to be a game. Allow it to be a dream in which you can awake and understand more clearly everything that is relevant for you in your life, and let go of those things that are not. For all that is relevant shall come to pass, and that which does not come to pass is not relevant for you. Trust that. Acknowledge that. Appreciate that, and allow that. Live in the now, the beautiful now, the perfect now, the only now, that shall become another now, and another, and another, and another. Allow yourselves now to slow the spinning wheel down, even as you still see the patterns, so that even when the wheel slows to what appears to be a stop, it will always also be spinning. And it is just one frame of reference, one way of looking at it, one perspective, one point of view. But they are all overlapping, they are all here and now. And you can pluck out of that combined vibration that which is yours by the allowance of synchronicity that will be reflected to you by simply choosing to be the state that you prefer, your true self, your highest excitement, your joy, your unconditional love and worthiness and deservability, your self-empowerment. For you are all that is, seeing itself in all the ways that it can. You are all connected and you are all one. Take a deep breath in and make this your own truth, in your own way, and breathe it out into your reality. Take a deep breath in and crystallize this into your very essence and being, and breathe it out into your reality. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and cherish it, and nurture it, and acknowledge and appreciate and allow it to blow out and clean out and wash out all that does not belong to you. And allow only that to remain which is crystal clear and purely your own. And that is all you need to do. Just do your best. Live, love, and enjoy. Relax into your true nature, and all is well. All is well. All is well. Allow your music to soften. Allow your lights to dim, and remain in the darkness that is the void that contains all the random probabilities, and let yourself drift and feel the patterns coming to you that are yours, all the ones that work for you. And just breathe and be at peace and drift and dream, and know that you are a new person in a new reality every moment of the now. Just breathe. Just breathe. Simply breathe. We thank you for the co-creation of this interaction, our deepest appreciation to you all, and our unconditional love, always. Pleasant dreams. Good day. Negative beliefs work.
And perhaps
we understand that it can take some time to learn these things, but practice, practice, practice. But you have to understand the principle clearly enough to use it to your advantage. And one of the principles that's important to understand is when you feel like there's nothing you can do about it, that feeling is the result of a negative belief telling you that there's nothing you can do about it, and you buying into it unconsciously.
So in a sense, it's like getting to the point where you don't empower negative beliefs and believe that they're stronger than your positive beliefs.
Because that's another belief, isn't it?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, the next question is, I'm eager to know who is vocally channeling through me. This individual is saying that, and that they sense the presence of this energy around them all the time. They also wonder if the fatigue they're experiencing is a result of the energy's presence.
If you're not used to higher frequency energies, yes, you can be tired by processing it. We would suggest that for right now, you allow yourself, if you're going to do vocal channeling or something of that nature, automatic writing or what have you, that you simply continue to practice without wondering who it is right now, as long as the information coming through you is positive and constructive, self-empowering for others and not controlling. Don't worry about the source right now. Allow yourself to know that your higher mind is involved, spirit guides are involved, your soul family is involved, your angelic beings are involved, your team is involved, your non-physical team is involved in some way, shape, or form. ETs may be involved, extra dimensionals may be involved, elementals may be involved eventually as well. But the idea is to practice getting used to clearing out any negative fear-based beliefs, any erroneous definitions that may be inhibiting your ability to process higher frequency energy and information, and just let it flow through you and don't worry about what's coming out right now or who it is. Those are details that will reveal themselves in time. Again, as long as you feel that the information in some way, shape, or form is beneficial, not controlling, but self-empowering to yourself and others, and giving you an opportunity to grow and learn lessons that are important for you in your life, then just keep practicing.
And our next question is, what does excitement feel like? I've been able to differentiate between anxiety and my neutral excitement through my intentions at the time, but it seems like an unnecessarily long process of elimination. Is this high vibe state of following my excitement supposed to feel neutral, or should it feel, as commonly put, exciting?
It can feel either way. As we have said, even a neutral state is a positive state because it allows you the freedom to make a choice. The idea is, again, to know that acting on your passion doesn't mean you have to be jumping up and down. It can be a state of very calm acceptance and gratitude and appreciation. It can be a very meditative state. It can be a state of contentment, contemplation, many different kinds of experiences. But you just have to know that what you're choosing is truly in alignment with what you prefer, that it represents who you really are. That's really the thing to focus on. Then whatever feeling comes with that will contain whatever energies it needs to contain to bring you awareness of the lessons you need to learn and bring you clarity about what it is you're actually choosing and whether it is in alignment with who you prefer to be.
Thank you. This one is, could you please elaborate about how this reality actually functions? I've heard you say that this reality is not real. Each of us is sitting in a room by ourselves talking to our own higher selves. If every person we interact with on this planet is our own version of them, do we ever actually interact with any real souls, or is everything just a reflection that each of us manifests?
Everything in physical reality is a reflection of what you're manifesting, but you are interacting with real souls. It's just that in physical reality, you are interacting with your version of them, your creation of them, in the same way that when you talk to someone over your computer or your telephone, you are interacting with an electronic representation of them. So you're still interacting with a real being, but when you see somebody on your computer screen, you're not interacting with the actual being in that moment. You're interacting with an electronic presentation, an electronic representation of them. So it's sort of like that. The idea that physical reality isn't real doesn't mean the experience isn't real, doesn't mean the connection isn't real. It's simply the methodology that we're describing about how you make that interface. We're simply saying the interface, in a sense, is one step removed, just because that's the nature of how physical reality is created. It's like you're creating a screen and receiving your version through your belief system filters of what that person represents to you, what that being represents to you, and they're doing the same with you. But you're still interacting with real beings on a higher level. It's just that you're deciding that you're going to interact with each other through this filter for the purpose of getting in touch with your belief systems and what you need to experience on your life path. That's just the way it works in physical reality because you're creating the simulation. So that's what you're doing, is you're using the simulation to get a reflection of what it is you're putting out so you can use it as a guideline to figure out what you need to focus on. But you're interacting with real souls, of course.
So why do people manifest things like abandonment, or being in love with someone that's not in love with them, or all
A
kinds of
million
things?
different reasons. Again, case by case. Everyone has a different life path and everyone is learning different lessons. You have to take it on an individual basis. I can't give you a general answer that addresses every single case that you're bringing up.
So in the sense of having the attitude to have that you're manifesting things where people aren't cooperating the way you want, or whatever the behavior is from people you care about that is not supportive of what you prefer, what is the best way to look at that in terms of how physical reality works?
Well, first and foremost, always check in with yourself to make sure that you don't have expectations based on fear-based or negative beliefs that are out of alignment with the lessons you really need to learn in a situation like that. Secondly, you can observe that maybe the other people involved are also learning their lessons and need to look at certain things for themselves as well, and that you're working this out with each other by processing and communication and whatever processes you need to go through to gain clarity about what the interaction is all about and why you are experiencing it in the way that you're experiencing it. But always, first and foremost, check in with yourself to make sure that you're not insisting and that your expectations are realistic and truly representative of what's going on, that are the things you need to learn for your life path. Then you can investigate, perhaps, if the other people are willing, what's going on in their life path. But always start with yourself.
So the attitude to take whenever you're encountering beings in your life that are not in the relationship the way you prefer is to
Always,
just
as we have said, in the simplest possible way, you always check in with yourself first and say, is there something in this situation that helps me understand more about what I'm putting out? If you truly have an honest self-assessment that it has nothing to do specifically with lessons that you need to learn about your own belief systems, then you might as a next step, say, all right, well, maybe I'm here to reflect to them something that they need to understand to help them with their life path and their life lessons and their belief systems. But usually in your society at this point in your evolution, it's going to be something that works in all directions for all people concerned. There is always something each person can get out of it to learn about what they need to learn to become more of who they truly are. That's why relationships are so important to understand as reflective to each other to help each other become more of who you actually are. It's very rarely only in one direction. There's always something every party in a relationship can learn for their own life path.